It's finally official. The NHL has approved and announced the relocation of the Arizona Coyotes to Utah. We'll discuss what this means for the NHL, take a look at some statements from the former owner, the new owner, and the NHL. We'll discuss the relocation of the Coyotes coming up next. So welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. As I mentioned, we have some significant, massive news that we've been expecting now for some time. It's not shocking news by any means, but it is big. The relocation of the Arizona Coyotes has been voted on by the NHL's Board of Governors, a unanimous vote. So they are officially sold to Ryan Smith and his group and are officially moving to Salt Lake City, Utah, effective for next season for 24-25. So as we seen last night, it was the last home game, the last ever game of the Arizona Coyotes in its current version of it at least, which is everybody would expect it. Now it's official. The franchise is no more. But of course, as part of the deal, Alex Muriel does retain the right to reactivate the franchise within 5 years if he has a fully constructed, state-of-the-art arena suitable for NHL hockey. So the clock is already ticking on his ability to get this arena done. If he can do it, then he can get an expansion team in that 5-year time frame. He still seems committed to doing so. So of course, we'll see what happens, I guess. But of course, we saw last night at the last game at Mullet Arena. It was an emotional night for the fan base, for the players, for the media. People have had so much invested in this team for the last 20 to 30 years, depending on how long they've been involved with it. It's unfortunate that hockey in Arizona never really got the stability, the proper owner, and really was able to take off the way we expected. Obviously, the sport grew in the state a lot. We wouldn't have players like Austin Matthews if it wasn't for the Coyotes. Matthew Nyes and a few others are popping up now, Tage Thompson, etc. But the team has always lacked that owner to really bring the stability and really grow the game the way it should have been. The bulk of the time that they've had a team in the desert, it's really unfortunate. I mean, there are hardcore fans. There is no doubt, and I know there's been times over the years when people have made fun of the Coyotes fan base and how small they might have been. But in the grand scheme of things, there's a lot of talk that was it the arena? Is the fan base just not big enough? I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't live there myself, but from what I've seen, it does seem like there is a healthy, sizable, hardcore fan base. Whether or not it's big enough or could stand to be bigger, obviously wouldn't hurt. But not having the proper arena with the proper owner in the right location is all major factors here as well. There is no doubt from what we've heard from the locals and we've heard from everybody associated here that there's still a lot of belief that hockey can be thriving and survive, not only survive, but thrive in Arizona. And I do believe at some point, whether it's in this 5-year time frame with Alex Muriel or somebody different, that there will be hockey in the state of Arizona again. We know the NHL is very likely going to expand. It's probably going to go to 34 teams and then 36 sometime in the next 4, 5, 7, 8 years. We don't know the exact timelines yet. I suspect we're going to hear more about expansion over the summer. Whether or not they officially opened the window, I don't know, but it kind of already is with this ability for Muriel to bring the team back. So we'll see what happens. Muriel did put out a statement saying that it's that he agrees with Gary Bettman that it's simply unfair to continue to have their players, coaches, hockey front office, and other NHL teams spend several more years playing in an arena that's not suitable for NHL hockey. But he does go on to say that it's not the end of NHL hockey in Arizona, and he remains committed to the community and building a first-class sports arena and entertainment district without seeking public financial support. So again, it doesn't mean though that he's using all his own money. He could be getting private financing. Just keep that in mind. A lot of people say he's building it with all his own money. That's not usually how things work, but he's just not getting money from local or state government. So at the end of the day, he's still committed to trying to make it work. We'll see how he makes out. We have a statement from the new owner, Ryan Smith, who's taking the team to Salt Lake City, Utah, saying that we are honored to bring an NHL team to Utah, and we understand the responsibility we have as stewards of an NHL franchise. Another little snippet of his quote here says that we are committed to building a Stanley Cup contending team. And today's a great day for Utah, a great day for hockey, and for building a legacy that will have a lasting impact for generations to come. There's a lot of people very confident that it will be successful in Salt Lake City. There's already lots of talk with local and state governments about getting a new arena going. They will play at the Delta Center, which isn't ideal or perfect, but it is I guess, more appropriate, a better situation than Mullet Arena in the short term while that's taking place. Salt Lake City is hoping to host the Olympics, and I believe it'll be 6 years, if I'm not mistaken, when they would host them, if everything goes through. So we'll see what happens. But all the talk of the Coyotes over the past couple of weeks, like I said, we have lots of videos on the channel talking about all the progress and how everything went down. We did learn another story last night. Alex Muriel did not attend the final game of the Coyotes. You could probably make arguments that was good and bad. Obviously, I don't know if he would have been welcomed by his fans. I know there's a lot of angry people with the fact that the team is leaving and blame him for lack of ability to get an arena deal done. At the same time, I don't know, but there's lots of mixed opinions on that. We also learned that the Shane Doan retirement banner, when they retired Doaner's number 19, when it went up to the Raptors in Glendale, that they never took the banner with them when they moved to Mullet Arena. It was left behind, which is, a major insult to Doan, who's the franchise's all-time greatest player and been a huge piece to helping that team survive and to do lots for the community. What a slap in the face that was. I know the person who actually got the banner, somebody that I know a little bit through YouTube and through Twitter, is a friend of the channel who's been on. It's been a long time since I've had him on, but his name is Matthew Jacobson. Matt's been on the channel before. He's had a Coyotes channel, different incarnations over the years. I've had him on talk Coyotes, but it's been a long time since I've done so. If I'm not mistaken, I think one of his parents or his dad, I think worked at Glendale. It might have been how he got figured this out, but they apparently called and they let the Coyotes know, like, hey, like, we're taking this down. Like, this belongs to you. You should come get it. And nobody ever did. Like, I can't believe that, man. Like, that's shocking. There was speculation that they ended up throwing it in the garbage. That's not true. If you hear that, that's not the case. Matt was able to get it out of storage. I said, I'm not sure if he had a connection at the arena, which I don't know if his dad still works there, but I know he told the story before about how his dad worked at Glendale and arena and was a big part of getting him into hockey. And he, took an attachment to Shane Doan when he was young and all that. So he did bring it to the game last night and was able to personally hand it and return it to Shane Doan, which is awesome to see. I know it's gotten tons of attention on social media. So good job to you, Matt. I'm not sure if you'll see this, but if you do, I'm happy to see that you did the right thing there and made sure that the banner was won back in Coyotes, I guess, and at least with the Coyote fan, and then back to the rightful owner and Shane Doan, and we'll see what happens. I know there's a lot of people saying with the way this is working, like, with the way the NHL worded things here, this is not necessarily a traditional move. They basically awarded a franchise to Ryan Smith and his group for Utah, and they're giving Muriel the ability to reactivate here. So we know there's going to be a relocation fee, which is expected to be about $200 million shared amongst the other owners. But at the same time, it's almost like the NHL kind of expanded and subtracted all at once. It's a different transaction, different process here. So yeah, the news is official. The Coyotes are 100% going now. There's no looking back. It's expected that Ryan Smith was meeting with the players and everybody today, or sometime. Maybe it hasn't happened yet, where this was just announced. And then they're expected to all be invited to go to Salt Lake City, Utah, I believe as early as Monday or Tuesday, where they can get a tour of the city, see the facilities, and just kind of get an idea where their life is taking them next. So again, like I mentioned before, be nice to Coyotes fans. They've had their hearts ripped out. This is emotional for them. Imagine what you'd feel like if you lost your favorite team. So be kind to those people. Let's not make jokes. Yes, the franchise failed for a variety of reasons, but it's not the fans' fault. They deserve better. Alex Muriel has a bad reputation for how he's treated people. There was a major article in The Athletic, which I'll get you to remind you and recommend you go back and look at, from, I think it was like last year, that Katie Strang, an investigative journalist, wrote. She does great work and obviously had a deep dive into the work environment and how toxic it was and lots of issues there. lots of issues. So I don't know that Alex Muriel is really suited to be an NHL owner. I hope hockey returns to the desert and it's given a proper chance next time when it happens. I just hope that it's a different owner involved. I'm not confident in his abilities to get this done based on what we've seen. And I'm also not confident that he's a great person to work for. So considering how much I love the game of hockey, I'd hate to see people involved in it working for this guy, because I just don't know that he's good in that sense. But that's just my personal opinion based on all the things that we've heard. So I guess let me know your thoughts on this being officially official. Like I said, I feel bad for Coyotes fans. We'll have lots to come next on what the team name in Utah is going to be. They're expected to be aggressive in free agency and trade market. So stay tuned. There's a great group of core players, young, talented guys going to this new team, and we'll see what they can do with it. And I do believe it's going to be successful. So we'll see what happens. But let me know your thoughts on the news down in the comments. We'll discuss further. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and stick around. We'll keep you up to date with all the news, rumors, and analysis of all 32 NHL teams. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.